Hey guys, today I'm going to teach you how to make my faux cinnamon rolls. So let's just jump right in. You're going to need your foam clay. I use Faux off of Amazon. I really like their foam clay. And so what you're going to want to do is get you out a big old handful and condition it really, really well. You really want to work it and move it around. Use the warmth of your hands. If you don't condition your clay good, then you're going to get cracks and stuff. Just a lot of things that you don't want. And this is for any clay. This is polymer clay. This is air dry clay, foam clay, any kind of clay. You really, really want to work your clay and condition it really, really well. So I'm going to use this cast iron skillet that I picked up. It's fairly small. I think I'm going to try to squeeze 3 cinnamon rolls in here. And then put some wax paper over it, because with foam clay, until it's cured, anything that it touches, it will stick to. So I'm just going to put some wax paper in here for now. And then we're going to go in with antique white from Apple Barrel. And use some of that paint along with, I think this is called Pale Daffodil. And you're going to want a very small amount of this mixed in. So primarily your antique white is what you'll be using. And then you're going to just start conditioning that and getting that absorbed into your clay as well. So next, I'm going to roll this out into a log and get the length that I want. And then we're going to take our palm and start pressing that down. And this is just, however you want it to be, however long you want it to be, however thick you want it to be. Totally up to you and your liking for this part. I can't make mine super big just because I have a smaller dish, but I want it to be full. So I'm going to take a little bit more. And I'm going to put this up at the top on one of my sides to make it a little bit wider. And then we're going to have it like narrowing, like as it's coming down, we're going to go like make it skinnier and skinnier. If that makes any sense, I hope that makes sense. You'll see what I mean in a second. And then we're going to start rolling on that wider end. Now, I don't like to roll my cinnamon rolls tight. I like mine to be more loose. But again, this is completely up to you and how you want your cinnamon roll to look. So I roll mine fairly loose just because I'll go in just a minute and kind of flatten it down anyway. So I like mine to be loose. And then you know how on cinnamon rolls, like that end piece kind of sticks out a little bit? That's the look that I'm trying to achieve right here by just leaving that fold out. And then you're going to have some sticking out on the end. And I just take my scissors and cut that off. No biggie. And then I'm going to take my palm and I'm going to push down on it. Now, don't push hard, because if you push really hard, then you're going to lose all of your details in the circling part of this. So don't forcefully push hard, because you will lose that. And you don't want to do that, because then that kind of defeats the whole purpose of the cinnamon roll. So I'm just making sure that all 3 of my cinnamon rolls do fit in this dish. Now, this is probably my favorite part of the whole process. I'm going to go in with my coffee grunge, and I'm going to paint this onto my cinnamon rolls. This gives the look of, like, that golden look of it just came out of the oven. And this, to me, just brings, like, the whole thing together. I really love using my coffee grunge for this step. And then you're gonna want to make sure you get that dry before we move on to the next step of this process. But I love this part, and it smells so good. Now we're going to go in with our instant coffee. Guys, I get this from Dollar Tree. Don't go crazy and spend a whole bunch of money. Just get it from Dollar Tree. But it's the instant coffee. And then you're going to want your gloss Mod Podge. Make sure you get gloss, which is the orange label, not the yellow matte label. We want that shine, so make sure you use gloss. And a little paintbrush. Now, I'll be honest, this part for me can be frustrating. So just take your time, be patient. Paint your Mod Podge in the circles. Try to keep it in the circles, but I will say it is difficult to do. And you have to have patience because every time I make mine, this really works my patience. So just go around your circles with the Mod Podge. This is really cool to watch work because this is going to essentially melt your coffee, and your coffee is going to be used as your cinnamon, right? So then you're going to take your coffee and sprinkle that in those lines on top of your Mod Podge, and it's going to start to give it a melted look. The Mod Podge is going to activate the instant coffee, and then it's going to have a melted look. It's a really cool process to watch. But again, it can be tedious. Try to keep it in your circles. It's hard to do. I have fat fingers, and I even tried using a spoon. This too can be aggravating, but just be patient. In the end, it's cute anyway. This is something that you really can't mess up. But if you're somebody who strives for perfection, then this might irk your nerve a little bit. So just take your time, go around your circles, and try to fill those spaces, and just lay it on top of your Mod Podge. I don't know if you can see where it's starting to kind of give that melted look effect. It's so cool. So again, don't touch your foam clay to anything until it's cured or it will stick. However, I know that I want these 3 cinnamon rolls together, so I'm okay with them touching. So I'm just making sure they, fit good in there again. So these cinnamon rolls came out really good, and I was irritated, y'all, because I messed these things up. But I'm going to go remove that wax paper and set this into the cast iron because I know that this is where I want them to be and I want them to stay. So I thought. But when I went to go do the icing, I don't know, I had squirrel brain, and I ended up taking the caulk and just pouring it on top of it versus drizzling. So I had to toss these and make new ones. I don't know where my brain was at that time. So get you a cup, get you a popsicle stick. You're going to want white caulk and that same gloss Mod Podge. And this is going to be for our icing. So squirt your white caulk into your cup, add your Mod Podge, and mix this together really, really well. Do not have mom brain like me and just dump this on top of your beautiful cinnamon rolls because these ones came out really good. But again, I had to toss them because I was not thinking. It's what happens when you rush, right? So you're going to take this and dump this into a sandwich bag and just clip the tip very, very small. and then just start drizzling this over top of your cinnamon rolls. My drizzle, I don't think I added enough Mod Podge this time, so my drizzle didn't look that great this time, y'all, but I still think it was pretty. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please let me know. Have a great day.